Bellefonte, Pennsylvania is central Pennsylvania's Victorian secret. Governors, founding fathers, and war veterans all make up the history of this small borough. However, after the Jerry Sandusky scandal broke last November, that would all change. Bellefonte Police Chief Sean Weaver says police and borough managers had to come up with a plan in a hurry.
The preliminary hearing was back in November. We had, basically we were preparing for an unknown. So the overtime, we were prepared to pay a lot out in overtime. Most of the overtime expenses that were incurred were public works overtime.
Had the preliminary hearing gone any longer, Chief Weaver says it would have cost the borough even more.
So had the preliminary hearing gone on more than 10 minutes, such as it did, we would have gone into maybe another day. This conversation would be totally different. We would have probably shucked out a lot more in overtime.
In addition to Bellefonte patrol officers, other police agencies were brought in for reinforcement during the preliminary hearing. They included State College, Patton and Ferguson Townships, and the Pennsylvania State Police. According to Chief Weaver, the borough has already spent nearly $3,000.
You know, it was a cost, but not a great, I think that if anything good could come out of this whole situation, obviously, the criminal justice system will do its job.
Beyond law enforcement, area businesses have also been impacted. Plaza Antique salesman John Skirchalk says business has increased since the preliminary hearings began.
We also get a lot of business from the people who are here covering the trial for the news. If a cameraman has a break or one of the drivers has a break, they'll come in here looking for something.
Meanwhile, the onslaught of major media organizations has created a negative impact on some businesses. Dairy Queen owner Dana Romanini says her business has only seen a slight increase. She worries the local community may stay away once the trial begins.
It's difficult for the local community to come in. That's been the struggle. I think, of course, we have the media because we're easily accessible for them. But that's where the increase isn't showing. Like the media is just basically what my public would be on a given day. So it's kind of equal.
Another change community members have seen is the parking situation when the media is in town.
Parking's always an issue in this town anyhow, so there's going to be 3 weeks out of the summer and it's going to be over with, so we're just going to have to grin and bear it,
Throughout the course of the trial, which is set to begin in June, many streets in town will be closed and parking will be strictly enforced.
Before the preliminary hearing, a press release was sent out to all the local businesses letting them know what was going on for the second hearing.
The best thing that we can do is we send out someone to each business with a flyer or something, or I put out a press release, try to keep them informed well ahead of time. And, as long as they know what's going on up front, they're pretty easy to get along with.
Parking passes will be offered to the media for $20 a day. These permits will be collected every morning. Although parking is going to be tight, store owners do not feel their businesses will be hit too hard.
But there's a massive parking lot out behind the store. So we really haven't had a problem.
The trial is scheduled to begin on June 5th. Both police and businesses say they're prepared for what's to come. Reporting in Bellefonte for Center Focus, I'm Allison Williams.